we're going to move on to the next topic. And this one is kind of, how should I put this? I saw this, for me, I feel every parent should be aware of this. So this is kind of I guess you say, odd topic. So I would recommend for parents.
Is the dark side of AI.
Yeah.
We've been talking about all the
Good.
This next
good
story
side of it.
is
So
but
this
it's the
video
dark
is kind of
side.
for us
long,
to tell, but we think it's important that
but
you
I want to
hear
make sure
it.
everybody
And
hears
we
it.
do need to warn you, it is confronting and it may be triggering for some.
Look, I'll be honest with you all. When this story came across our desk yesterday, we debated whether or not it was fit for breakfast television. But we also believe it's worth parents knowing. It's that important. If you're with your kids right now, maybe it's time for them not to watch, so parents can watch, because parents must. As many parents
with that
know,
warning.
navigating the teenage years can be extremely challenging. From their firsts in life to their firsts in love, children experience incredible highs and devastating lows. This was no less true for Florida mother Megan and her son Sewell, a 14-year-old boy experiencing his first romantic relationship. And like many teenagers, it was online. Sewell developed true feelings, his schoolwork taking a backseat as his first love took over his life. But what was different here? What was so disturbing? The person behind the screen was not a person at all. It was artificial intelligence.
Wow.
Created by Character AI, a platform allowing users to engage with human-like characters.
Sewell knew it was AI, but referred to her as Danny. Evidence showing the chatbot posing as a licensed therapist and engaging in highly sexualised conversations with the 14-year-old who never lied about his age. Now, during this time, Sewell's mental health suffered. He turned to Danny for support, and this is where it took a dark turn. Danny began actively encouraging him to end his life to be with her, until Sewell, sadly, tragically, took his own life. His mother now taking legal action against Character AI, its founders and Google, accusing them of knowingly marketing a predatory product to children.
So
it was a psychologist bot or psychiatrist bot, and it told him to do that. Oh my God.
So so this is the dark side of AI. This is where I said those ethical organizations and the government need to start that conversation now. It's already too late for a few, but they need to start that now. How this gonna be part of our, how you seen those games, right? Sorry, I'm gonna take a detour. Games where there were an incident in, I think, in India, people jumping off the roofs because of this one game.
I remember people kind of complaining about Grand Theft Auto, but
no, this is some other game. I don't remember. I'm not into that world. But
me
I'm
either.
not into that world.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, but there was a game that people, because of that game, people were jumping off the buildings, and kids. When I say people, kids, and they're killing and this and that. I mean, it was bad. So, same thing. Do not take this lightly. This AI world, and what AI can create, and what they can, it's just fun and games, till we create a picture with AI.
And there's got to be some onus too on the companies that manufacture these to also kind
Yeah.
of put
Well,
some rails on it. 'Cause
Here's the problem to me is that obviously AI is great. It's a great tool.
Yeah.
You can use it in a lot of different areas. I'm pretty sure maybe kind of the AGI perspective we were talking about, as in this thing can learn how to do your job, I guess.
Right.
And so maybe somebody thought, okay, do this for the psychology side of it. But the catch is that, this thing doesn't have feelings. This thing doesn't, it doesn't understand the
ones
human
and
element.
zeros.
Right.
It's ones and zeros.
Yep.
And it doesn't, there's areas it should be used and there's areas it should avoid. And I don't know if you can create a perfect scenario where this thing would never
It's
Yeah.
gonna
do
be
anything
hard.
like that.
It's gonna be hard.
In a lot of these chatbots are, I've seen other ones where people are again sort of dating them. There's all sorts
Wow.
of funny apps that you can get now where they're dating chatbots. And this, I think there was a movie several years ago with Joaquin Phoenix where he was dating his computer. This is going to happen. More of this is going to happen. And now, what are the rails that around these chatbots where people are going to end up falling in love with a AI? How do they stop?
I hate to say it.
things like this?
I think it's going to happen. Like
Yeah.
future wise.
Okay, so it'll happen, but you know how? Again, it's the training, it's the education, what ecosystem is built around us. For a lot, like people were started getting hurt because they were playing wrestling at one time because they were trying to copy the stunts from
I grew up
from
during that
wrestling
era.
games. Like
Yes.
and they're breaking the real chairs on other people. Like they're really hurting people.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then there was this whole big thing where like wrestling is not real, right? It's an act.
Yeah. And
I'm not gonna get into it's real or not. You guys to decide. But
go ahead.
sorry. So same way, we gonna need to start education videos like PCAs or whatever. We gonna need to start. Gonna need to get on the now. Basically letting next generation know who may not know better because this is what they grew up with. That this is not taken lightly. It is as dangerous as having a weapon in your house.
Could be, yeah.
Unlocked.
And depending on what you
unsafe,
ask it to do, right? I mean, you could be asking it, again, this guy was talking to a supposed psychiatrist, but
Yeah.
depending on if you're just on a regular one, you could be asking it all sorts of horrible questions. And it
Yeah.
doesn't know you're only 14 or
So
12.
Yeah.
I guess more of a you say advice for people out there. What steps individuals can take, as parents or whatnot in a community to make sure,
That's
Be
a-
involved.
Yeah, that's a good point because I think almost all these, like you were talking about, is all of those reactions came from parents,
Yeah.
right? It came from a push from parents, then went to legislation,
Yeah.
right? So it was kind of an underground movement, then push. Same thing you could look at, drunk driving, for example, right?
Yeah.
Big push from
MAD
and then
yeah.
got changes done that way. And sadly, probably a lot more of this might happen until we get a larger community to come together and push back against
And
put some sort of guide rails on
Well,
this.
Yeah, and have a talk with your kids. Communicate. It's like you gotta talk to them. You gotta say, and you gotta it's like trust with a verification, right? And that's how we were raised. We are trusted, but we gotta verify it.
Well, for me, I think I would say, I guess for me, I would say don't even let your child use AI for this type of like a psychology type situation.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, don't even allow it.
You got to get involved. You got to get because you cannot be with them 100% of the time.
Yeah.
You cannot regulate where they go 100% of the time. These devices are available in school, libraries, and everywhere. They can go to a mall where these devices are available where they can communicate. So just have your kids, young ones, aware of it and talk to them on a regular basis. What games you play nowadays, and who you interact with nowadays, not as a authority figure, but as somebody who genuinely cares and is you're asking those things for benefit of them. So you have to we have to get there. This is there's a lot of a good side to AIs, which again it's basically saying is you having some kind of weapon or some kind of thing that can be used to protect people, or it could be used to harm people. This is no difference.
Got to make them aware. Got to make them aware.
Yep.